Greetings and welcome everyone. Please let me know if you can hear me well. My humble gratitude to all of you for taking out time from your busy schedules to be with me once again. It's always a great honor and pleasure to connect with you all. Since past several years, you all have been receiving high frequency activations via energetic prescriptions in the form of codes of Ah, the codes of absolute harmony. It's been almost like 3 years now, right? The geometry of these absolute harmonic codes are created with quantum mechanics, and they serve as a mathematical program that has a certain high level of frequency and pure intent encoded within it. These codes are created using colors, sound tones, frequencies as an overall sacred geometry. So what you see in front of you during my sessions and during the quantum healing webinars is like a pure essence, which is harmless like a homeopathic remedy, just like a flower essence. And the goal to work with these sacred mandalas, these tools, namely codes of Ah, is to optimize our own internal coding to the highest possible frequency. Any kind of bugs or internal wiring that is manipulated because of the agenda of the fallen races, these codes assists and facilitates the correction of that internal wiring within us, the correction of the energetic circuitry system, so that we can continue to vibrate and oscillate at an optimum level of frequency, which is ideal for good mental and physical health. However, remember that these sacred codes are tools. It's our intent and willingness that empowers the transformation and healing. In today's webinar, everything is very special. It is more special because of the presence of my great teacher and mentor, the creator of the codes of Ah, Ivonne Delaflor. Yes, she is with us today, honoring us with her graceful presence. She actually had been with us all throughout these past several years via the work that I have been bringing forth as my service webinars using the sacred geometry. And I have the honor of bringing her today as my honorable guest. She will be sharing a little bit about her ongoing missions, services, and the projects that she is working on for the benefit of humanity. So if everyone is ready, I'm going to unmute the line for my beautiful teacher, mentor, and friend, Yvonne Delaflor. Yes, Em and I hope you are ready.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you so much, Em and I.
Well, thank you for that introduction. I do wanna share and reaffirm that we are friends. It's a privilege, an honor for me that you call me your teacher, but I think you have been a great teacher for me too. So I want to start with the frequency of equality here, being you being someone that I've honored and I've followed too, and I have appreciated a lot of your journey as an incredible, committed, not only quantum healer practitioner, but also such an ethical human being. So much I've learned from you. So I want to start with that gratitude and that like equality kind of energetic frequency. And so thank you. I cannot see the comments of people or anything, but I guess you'll guide me through it, right?
Yes.
If people have questions or something. But first, I wanted to thank you for this invitation. And wow, that introduction! I gotta step it up now. I thought I was going to talk. Hey, this is the code. This is what I do. I put sacred geometry, numerology. Have fun, guys. I thought I was going to do that, but So I'll start. What would you like me to start, Shasia, since you are the teacher?
Yeah, first of all, I thank you so much for your love and trust and support all throughout these years of my training and learnings. And the audience today is also showing their gratitude and love and respect towards you for all the great work that you have been doing. And they are looking forward to hear from you about what are the new things that you are working on and how we are going to benefit more and more from the sacred frequencies.
Mm, thank you. And if they have questions, please let me know, because I know I can feel that there's some questions unspoken, and there's some curiosity also going on. I would like to start, if you allow me, by sharing, and I know you've been sharing this with the coach. I've been creating this. For me, it's art. For me, I used to see this only as drawings since I was little. It was a natural thing for me to draw geometry, and I've studied it for years, worked with it. It just feels right to my soul. It was a very healing process for me. Whatever I had repressed within me, whatever shadow aspects of me, whatever I was not speaking up, whatever I had, whatever pattern I was not still being known by my consciousness. I think sacred geometry helped me a lot. It was a path of a kind of like self-healing, where the healer in me started awakening. But these are tools for me. I love that Shasia said that they are tools. Sacred geometry is how we are all created. We are all like fractals of creation, that we form, all of us together, this beautiful tapestry of oneness, right? We literally, all of us are oneness. We are all unity consciousness. We are unity, even though when we appear to be diversity. And so the codes, for me, I know there's incredible people outside in the world that do these incredible sacred geometry, mandalas and figures. And for me, I had awe when people started responding to the codes. And I started creating them. I always handed it to other people to use them. Very rarely will I use them to heal others. I do not consider myself, I do want to clarify that. That's why I'm giving the codes to Shasia, and in a moment I'll share with you why. But I don't consider myself a healer. I do consider myself as one, an eternal student of life, and then a teacher. And it took me the last 2 years and a half to really embody that and not reject my mission or try to disguise it or Photoshop it in any other way than that which is. So I can honestly come to you today and share more in alignment with my soul, whatever I'm going to share next. And I know Shasia is a healer, and I've seen the results she has working with the codes. For me, I still can tell you guys it's a surprise for me. I'm like, how is this possible? So I think that all, it's what is helping the sacred geometry work in a lot of people too. And so the second thing is, from 2 years and a half ago, I went through a divorce, and I'm sure some of you may have questions that are repressed there or are not being stated about that. But I went through a divorce, and through the process of what appears to be a divorce, you really cannot divorce. You just move forward. You complete cycles. You complete soul contracts or karmic contracts, right? For a process of self-learning. It's always a reflection of the self. It's never about the other. And for me, during that process, the sacred geometry started coming stronger to me. And so I began to create new codes, well, what appears to be new codes, or download them, which are all hertz frequencies. I started working a lot with the 936 hertz frequency and solfeggio frequencies, and I started creating this art. And I want to tell you something. I promised I was not going to put it out. I promised I was just going to keep them in my computer. I was never going to talk about the codes of again. Never, ever again. If someone will contact me, I will be like, nope. I kind of wanted to step out of that world. I went into like a 2-year, like kind of being in a cave, even though I live in Vegas, which is kind of like a paradox, right? Like people go to Vegas. They go to Vegas either to marry. I went to divorce. And the second thing they do in Vegas is to party. I went to be like in a cave. For 2 years and a half, I literally been really isolated in a way. I've been really just focusing on me and my children and doing a lot of work, a lot of service, and a lot of cleaning up after myself and making amends and doing a lot of art, a lot of sacred geometry. So during this period that appears to be a lot of period of that for many people will be darkness and grief, I downloaded these new codes. And that's when Shastia reappeared in my life. And I was like, oh no, I don't want to talk to her. That means that I need to get the codes out. And I could feel her devotion. I could feel her desire to serve humanity really stronger. And I literally came out of the cave again thanks to her. I want to acknowledge you, Shasi, and feel free to interrupt me anyway, just to guide, because I'm like taking over. I'm sharing a story, but I think it's important.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, Emanai. Again, you are sharing your vulnerability at the same time, trusting us. And a lot of people here, a lot of great friends here are talking about how incredible your journey had been, and that you are more beautiful and more than what you think about yourself.
Oh, I'm going to cry. I keep to the webinar to talk, now I'm going to cry.
You were to find your true self in Vegas. Probably that is the reason. I mean, people come there for different reasons, but you had a more higher mission to accomplish. That's why you came to this part of the world. And you are more than what you think. This is what Sakira is sharing. And Jennifer is saying that you had an incredible journey.
Hi, Jenny, love.
My colleague Abdul Monem, he's a beautiful soul here working with us in my office. He's asking about how you are able to create the link between the frequencies and the codes you are beautifully designing. And everyone.
Okay, let me share about that.
Yes.
Okay, so one of the things, well, thank you. You know, I can see the comments, but I appreciate. And Jennifer, is it, which Jennifer is it? May I know what Jennifer is it?
Yeah, Jennifer.
No, Jennifer. You know, Jennifer is a witness because she lives in Vegas and she knows the behind the scenes of everything that was in the media, right? So she knows I've been creating a lot. She knows I've been actually right now is in my home in Vegas. She's a guardian right now there. She's an incredible healer too. And she's been a witness of the journey. And so I'm going to share with you very quickly about the codes, you know. So I'm in Vegas, in a place that people will never think of as spiritual. I'm writing a book for these 2 years and a half. I went to a 40-week fast, 40 weeks, literally 40-week fast. And I started downloading a lot of these new codes. So this is the process for me. I have a dream or I have a vision of a shape, a color. And then I start drawing them. And I always start with the Sri Yantra. I want to tell you all how the codes are created. So the Sri Yantra, probably all of you know it here. Sri Yantra are like 9 triangles interlaced between them. They represent the divine feminine. And depending how you put the bindi, like the center of the code or of the sacred geometry, it can also represent the masculine and the feminine merging together. I always start with that. And from there, I really tune in. I meditate a lot. I literally it's a need for me to go a lot into silence. And I start feeling the frequency. This is something that for me has been very strong especially more since I had a near-death experience when I was 17 years old. And I do want to tell you guys, I do have 2 machines. One is filled with Tesla coils, and it's a machine made in Germany. I don't know if they make them again. It was a gift that I got many years ago. And it has all of this technology, literally, that you can create homeopathy remedies. It has a solfeggio generator frequency system in it. And it has something that can create vortexes in water. It's incredible, the machine. I tell you, I love it. I love technology too, even though I like all of this natural stuff. But it has the ability to, like, for example, if I'm making a drawing, I like to make big paintings. And from there, I take a picture of it. and you can do a small picture, like a little slide, and you put it inside the machine. And you begin to put colors and solfeggio frequencies and charged water and everything. And so that's what I do with the codes. I use this machine that once I have drawn it, that once I have created the art of it, like a painting, and I have written the intentions or a mantra in it, or the numerology of specific intentions or a birth date or something like that, then I put it into this Tesla machine. And it literally generates solfeggio frequencies. So for example, one of the solfeggio frequencies is 936 hertz and 963 hertz. And if anybody up here has ever studied Tesla, that is the frequency that Tesla said there was the secrets of creation there. And so for me, that frequency has delivered to me a lot of peace. And just to answer the question of your student, how do I link it? How do I bridge it? I make sure the first thing I do that I feel peace within. During the past 8 years that I created codes, a lot of the initial codes I created, even though I felt peace, I used a lot of my, kind of like my martyr archetype, or a lot of the suppressed things that I had in me to create them quickly, because I used to give them to other people for them to use them. And I felt always that I was owing people something. And so these past 2 years, I don't. I no longer say yes when I mean no, and no longer say no when I mean yes. I became honest with myself, and those solfeggio frequencies, I can feel them. There's a language of the universe, it's a language of creation, and they come to bring peace and healing to everyone, mind, body, and spirit. And so I started doing these codes with that energy, with a lot of silence, with a lot of peace in me. And the frequency, you will get this machine, will try to match the vision. I do get the vision first. This code needs to be looking in a certain way. This code, for example, when I created the karmic clearing, I knew the colors it had to be. So I tried to find the numerology, the frequency that will match that vision. And so literally, the first thing, how do I bridge it, is I make sure I'm in a very quiet space. There is no interruption, no rush. I step outside of the concept of time. I start thinking, if you want to write this down, I think we're downloading a system right now. I start going out of the nonlinear thinking. It's not a linear process. You can create something that helps people heal from the linear world, because the linear world is already known. That's where you can remote view and all of that. You remote view the past. You can never remote view the future. The future is non-created. And to really heal and to really support people to step out of the comfort zone, to tap into the wisdom of the heart, and to tap into the higher intelligence of their soul, you gotta go to the unmanifest to create. So I make sure that I'm in silence too. I make sure that I have meditate and have removed any aspect of my own ego in the way, right? Because my spiritual ego may try to be involved. Oh, I want this for people. I can't have the I want to create this art. I got to step out of the I want, and I got to step into that I serve. So that's my process. And then I start drawing the Sri Yantra. Then I start the intention of the code. I make sure that I listen to the space. And if it says, for example, now it's time to create a frequency code of activating the code of the 936 hertz. For example, I did this code that Shazia is going to be leading others in a certification. I'm giving her all of the codes. All of the codes. She's going to be able to certify people, give it to them, because that's one of the things that was suppressed with the codes of I. And it's part of the shadow aspect that I had too. I didn't want them to be really out there, and this is a gift for everyone. And so I create them like that. I really invest a lot of time in this, because for me it's therapeutic art. And once I feel that it clicks with my heart, then the code is ready. I hope this answered your question. I'm so excited in this webinar. I'm so moved that I think I'm talking a lot.
No, this is perfect, Emma. Thank you so much. Everything is very clear. And Abdul Munim, I believe that you are also able to get the essence of how the codes are created. I will also be
Yes,
talking a little bit about them during the rest of the discussion of the webinar. Do we
yes.
have any other questions for Emma? Everyone is sharing their heartfelt gratitude and love for you, Emma. Sakira is.
I don't know why I'm gonna cry. This is the first webinar I'm invited that I feel tears. May I say, I'm very grateful for those of you who, because I know that a lot of you may have been following my journey and my former husband's journey. And I can tell you something, it was the greatest gift these past two years and a half, because for me now, the level that I'm serving people now is really not only in honesty, but in oneness. The way I would not have been able to be in the frequencies of Shasya before, because Shasya has always been in the most ethical vibration. That's what she's going to be. She's the only one. I was refusing to create more codes. I kind of, because there was a wound in me in there, right? And when she showed up, I knew she was the one. And so I partnered with her. Like literally, she is more than partner. I'm literally trusting her. She gets results. She's attracting incredible, all of you that follow Shasya. My gosh, I see her list and I'm like, she's attracting teachers. She doesn't attract followers. And that's one of my main goals. You know, once I ended up the idolatry to my ego, I could see these incredible beings. And so any personalized codes that I'm back in creating those. I had so much resistance because I didn't want to see the wound in me of that. And once I healed that, so Shasya and I, whoever wants a personalized code, whoever wants to certify through the codes, about now people can get certified. Now people can have the codes. These are not meant to be hidden, because what you hide, you repress. What you repress, you suppress. And what you suppress ends up fragmenting, ends up creating lies, ends up creating separation. And the codes are about absolute harmony, AH. That's what it means. The codes are all about unity, and Shasya is working on that. So she's really now, she's really now the one that has the codes. She has the kind of like the authority to certify people and everything, because she's earned it. It's not because I give it to her. She's worked her spiritual wings off, not to say the other word. I want to be respectful. And she really is a quantum healer, guys. She really is. I'm more a teacher. I'm more an activator, a rebirther, facing the truth, getting people through the darkness of the woman rebirthing. That's my mission. And in part of my mission, my tools came the creation of sacred geometry. And it has happened to be that it heals people, but it's not through me. I create the art, but she delivers them. So it's just an honor for me to do that.
Wow.
With you.
Yeah, now I am the one in tears, Emma. Yeah, I'm so honored for all this trust, support, and love. And yes, all of my beautiful friends, colleagues, and the beautiful audience that I attract, I truly honor their presence in my life. And it's like a learning process for myself. And you always had been my inspiration. Ever since I started working with you, you had always been an inspiration for me to serve humanity. And that was where I started saying that this is my mission as an indigo, whatever label you want to give, but that's basically the essence of humanity, to be of service to humanity. That is the greatness of humanity, and to be in oneness with the creator and the oneness of all the creations. So I have learned so much from you and from all of my mentors that I will never be able to really pay my complete gratitude in words. I mean, you can feel it from your heart frequencies, but not from my words, probably because I'm not very good in expressing my feelings. So thank you so much once again. I mean, I know you have
My pleasure.
taken out
To travel.
time from your traveling
Yes.
plans. So
Yes.
everyone is saying thank you so much for all the sharings from your heart. We have felt
Yes.
deeply and we honor you with all our heart.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And may I say something just before I leave? And I'll leave you. I'll leave you doing your webinar so you can uh, keep going with people. But once you use tools. We all use tools of quantum healing, quantum energy tools. These are tools for ascension, right? We're all in that process right now together. And when you use these tools to remind yourself that the code that needs to be activated in humanity is the code of your mission. The code that is really needed right now is for every single one of you, whoever is listening to this, to activate your full potential, to open your heart. It's the era of the heart. Ascension through the mind is completed. The mind did its work. Right now is the work of the heart, of infinite intelligence through the heart, through benevolent leadership. The era of the alpha leaders is kind of coming to completion. That's why we're going through so much apparent chaos and transition, because now it's a togetherness, it's a oneness, it's the unity, it's the love of one is descending in all of our hearts. And so when you use any tools and you have a teacher like Shasya, for example, you honor the teacher by becoming the teacher yourself. You all are teachers. We all are students of creation and teachers of each other. And the way you pay your gratitude towards existence or creation is really to live and be your work. Live your mission, live it with passion. Don't get despair. This is my only advice I'm going to give, if I could humbly. When darkness comes, I tell you, because I went through that very deeply, these 2.5 years past, it was the greatest blessing in my life. It brought me to peace. It brought me to make a decision to never give up on my voice, on the voice of my heart, and always serve as an ancestor of the future generations that I am, forward with elegance, with power, and be grateful to the one, right, to the infinite creator, by serving humanity. And I know you all have that call. I know you didn't attract Shasya by mistake. That's a higher frequency right there of all of you. And the way you serve others is to share your frequency. Stay in there. Don't give up when the going gets tough. Be the eye on the storm, and your codes and your work will be activating others into the openness of their heart as well. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Shasya.
Thank you, Emanai. Thank you. You are always our bright sun. So keep shining your light.
Oh, thank you, loves. Bye-bye, angels.
Much love to you, Emanai. Bye. Safe trip. So thank you so much, everyone, for being with me once again, and for being with Emanai and listening to her and sharing your feelings with her. And now let's start our official session. As you all are aware, and you have just heard from Emanai that she's the designer of these codes, but you probably don't know that she is also a president of Delaflor Teaching Institute High School for Conscious Evolution, and she is involved in many more grand projects, which is to serve humanity and our planet. However, remember that there is no higher power other than God's, and the power of our intentions and what we choose to believe in. And the sacred geometry in the form of the codes of the codes of absolute harmony, have always been created to be a reminder of this power. So now, using some of these powerful energetic prescriptions, I will be serving you all by bringing insights about the law of correspondence, activating the frequencies to awaken to the higher realities, and empowering your self-healing abilities. So I would like to learn from all of you if I have your permission to perform these clearings and high frequency activations for all of you. Just type a Y on the text chat if I have your permission. All right, thank you very much. Your higher self will never guide you to something that is not for your highest good. Your higher self is you in your own higher dimension, available for you 24/7, assisting you in making conscious decisions provided you listen to it. All right, so almost everyone here is saying yes. Thank you for your willingness and for giving me this permission to carry out yet another important mission for myself to serve you all. Please make sure that you have enough drinking water with you and stay away from any kind of distractions. And do pay attention to the discussions that I will be taking you through in order to receive clear insights and also to benefit from the energetic clearings and activations. So let us begin by setting the intention for today's clearings and activations. Start centering yourself by taking deep breaths in through your nose at the count of 4. Hold it at the count of 4 and then exhale through your mouth at the count of 8. Connecting to the higher self of all the attendees of this webinar. Creator of all beings, angels and archangels, my higher self, my personal team of guides, teachers, and angels. I request the following for all attendees of this session in all versions, on all interdimensional levels for all energy bodies into infinity, in all concepts of time, on all subconscious, conscious, and superconscious levels throughout eternity, to receive all sacred clearings and activations in the best way possible for them and in line with their higher selves. Tahija and Todoi. We are going to talk about the law of correspondence, which is the second of the 7 universal laws. This law states, as above, so below. This means that there is harmony, agreement, and correspondence between the physical, mental, and spiritual realms. We all originate from one source. The same pattern of origination is expressed on all planes of existence, from the smallest electron in the body to the largest star in the galaxy. Everything is interconnected. All is one. Whenever you find yourself having a negative experience, recognize that somewhere there is a disharmony in your inner world, and your outer world is simply reflecting that back to you. This is what the law of correspondence teaches us. It teaches us to acknowledge and look at an issue until it is healed. Never repress any part of yourself. Experience it. Allow yourself to honor what is showing up as emotions and feelings. Create a more conscious relationship with yourself first, honoring yourself fully. Just like what Em and I was talking about. She went through a very difficult time in her life. However, she honored herself in order to serve humanity. So, in order to serve humanity, we require to serve ourselves first, acknowledge what is going on within us, accepting it, and then instead of blocking or suppressing negative emotions, negative feelings, simply observe them. Meditate in silence and allow them to be transmuted with its opposite thought and emotion. It is very easy to give up when a difficult time strikes us. It is easy to stay concealed in our own darkness. However, it requires a lot of courage and a lot of willpower to shine your light. When a person's ability to move through a challenge gets closer and closer to being aligned with the divine wisdom by coming from a perspective of peace and love within, then any negativity can be dealt easily. Difficult type of situations will stop recurring in one's reality because you know what requires to be done. You know how to challenge any negativity and overcome it. This is when the real change occurs in our life. Amplifying the frequency that you are holding is an ongoing process, and it requires work to be done. And in order to serve you guys with the amplification of your frequency to go along with the law of correspondence, the beautiful code of Ah is here to serve you all. Everyone, please start looking at the center of this code. Take a deep breath in through your nose and inhale the code into your third eye, which is right between your two brows. You can close your eyes to see the code with your closed eyes in your third eye, and stay with this frequency in your third eye for a while. Now open your eyes again. Look back into the center of the code. This sacred frequency is here to assist you for the integration of this universal law, the law of correspondence. Inhale the code once again into your third eye with a deep inhale, and with an out breath, send it to every single cell and particle of your being. Every cell of your body has a mind and intelligence of its own. It understands the frequency of the codes of Ah, as these scalar wave programs are similar to our own scalar wave program that we are made of. It simply interacts when it sees a similar frequency and integrates this higher frequency within. I'm going to do the activation silently, however, you all are going to be feeling some tingling sensations, warmth or cold sensations in your body, which is going to be okay because it's a part of the frequency activation. Just stay present to the present now, continue taking deep breaths, and continue meditating with this code. There's a lot of expansion happening in this code right now, which is a reflection of the frequencies getting activated within each one of you. These are living codes of consciousness. So So they interact with you according to your requirements. Their essence is pure, just like a homeopathic remedy. So nothing to worry about, as it's all for your highest good. Since our energies are usually reflected back to us at all times, know that when you are faced with something negative, the quickest way to dissipate that negative energy and to heal your subconscious is to react in an opposite fashion. For example, if someone criticizes you, instead of feeling agitated, frustrated, or angry, what can be the opposite of the criticism? The one who is criticizing you, you can praise them back. Okay? And when you are discouraged to do something, what is going to be the opposite of discouragement? You are going to encourage yourself to do something awesome instead. And at the same time, you are going to encourage someone else to achieve something that they think is impossible. When you are feeling afraid, reassure someone else that they are safe. With the passage of time and with the frequencies of ascension all around us now, it has become even more important for each one of us to be responsible for our own personal evolution and growth, so that the world in totality can be a place of love and peace for us and for our new generation. We all are ancestors of our new generation already. So what legacy are we creating for our new generation? Think about it. We would like our new generation, our children, to live their life in peace and serenity, to live in harmony, right? So in order for us to leave that legacy, we first require to apply it on ourselves with the laws of correspondence. Makes sense, right? Allow yourself to be charged at every single moment, charged with your own positivity. Fuel your passion. Do not wait for somebody else to fuel it for you. You are the biggest gift you can give to yourself and the world. And as I just finished this sentence, the energy is also quantum in my left hand. This means that you all have received the frequencies from this beautiful code of Ah, which is imbued with the frequencies of law of correspondence. Everyone, please go ahead and drink some water. Infuse the water with this code and drink it. Some of you are saying that you are sweating in the cold. Yeah, that's the impact of the codes of Ah. It ignites your passion. It facilitates the energies to run smoothly in your meridians. Every single cell of your body responds to these frequencies. All right, everyone. Let's move forward to our next topic. Wake up to your higher callings. How many of you usually get this thought that there is more to your life than the mere pursuit of things that do not last for long? How many of you have this awakening? Yes, this is an awakening from the illusions of Maya. Whenever your mind wakes up to a new reality, a new lesson, or a new realization, that particular moment marks the awakening of the soul. A lot of time people undergo traumatic experiences in life to wake up to their soul missions. When you start paying attention to your own breath, your thoughts, the feelings and actions that you are taking, when you are in the awareness of all that is going on within you and around you, yet at the same time you are not attached to any of it. Rather, you are an observer, witnessing the flow of life without becoming involved with the flow. That is the point when you are actually waking up to the higher realities. Observing oneself expands the bandwidth of awareness, and at the same time it brings a peaceful communication between the mind and soul. The powerful tool to facilitate this awareness within is right in front of you. Awakening higher realities. So what does it mean to be awake? Your approach towards life becomes more like that of a child who is learning and enjoying every single moment, who doesn't take things seriously because they are living in the now moment. World is a brighter, more fascinating and a beautiful place for them. In particular, you are captivated by nature. That is one aspect of awakening. You become more involved in the amazingness and the beauty of the natural landscape, the sky, stars in the sky, the sea, the moon. Everything is like more attractive to you that is available in nature. The sophistication of animals and plants. You start honoring every living being and living soul on the planet. You don't feel disconnected from them anymore. Also, there is a shift in time orientation. Time seems to somehow opens up, slows down, or even disappear altogether. The past and the future becomes much less important, and the present now becomes correspondingly more important. You start feeling every day like a new you. Start looking at the center of this beautiful code and start receiving its frequency in every single cell and particle of your being, waking every single cell within your body to the higher realities. After this activation, you are going to observe that there is less mind chattering and there will be more inner peace and contentment within you. Just keep an awareness within you, because awareness is very important in order to witness the shifts that happens with these frequencies. In the middle of all the chaotic situations, you will not be feeling to be rushed in doing things. You will be more calmer, more peaceful and contented. Your approach towards everything in life will be more of an observer rather than that of a victim, allowing things to happen at the same time letting them go rather than staying connected to them. Because this is the flow of life. Allowing and letting go. No more separation. The essence of our being transcends our brain and our individual identity. That is awakening to the higher realities. Each one of you is a superhuman. You know that? You are more than what you see in the mirror. You are a miracle of creation. Every single aspect about you, about your life, is a miracle. When you meditate, when you sit in silence, observe simply the flow of your breath. Just observe how it is nourishing your entire body. Feel the flow of blood in your entire body. Just go within yourself. Explore the universe within yourself. When you will see yourself as an aspect of the entire universe, you will never feel separated from anybody else. The nationalities, the religion, the gender, it will not make any difference to you. You will not be connected to the labeling, to the titles. You will enjoy life as an observer. When we get connected to the things that are happening around us, when we attach our emotions and thoughts and glue ourselves to the things, to the materials, that is the time when we become a victim. But when we let go, when we become an observer, then there is no more victimization. That is true empowerment. You become an empowered being. You become an observer of your reality. And this way you can tweak your reality very easily because you are no longer a victim, but you are an observer. And as an observer, you know what needs to be done, right? I'm going to use a specific sound tone for this code to be finally activated within all of you. So if you would like to join me in this sound tone, this is going to be one of the vowels. I usually choose the vowels A, E, I, O, U, and I utter the sound tones of the vowels, which is actually already a part of these sacred codes, these sacred mandalas in the form of meditation and prayers. However, you are going to feel a specific kind of vibration within your body as you're going to interact with the code, and at the same time you are going to utter this sound tone with me. Just take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale slowly out through your mouth. Center yourself. getting in tune with the universal life force energy, consciously attracting this universal life force energy within every single cell and particle of your being. All right, everyone, the quantum release has just happened. Everyone, please go ahead and drink some more water. Infuse the water with this code and drink it. Now moving on to the next topic, the energetic prescription for facilitation of health and vitality in the form of codes of Ah. When we consciously contact the universal life force energy, it benefits us greatly because we are awakening our consciousness from within and we are ready, we are in agreement to get into the alignment with this universal life force energy. Remember, your choices, your intents are extremely powerful. And you know the fact that everything in the universe, having a biological or a non-biological essence, they all have a unique energy signature that vibrates and oscillates at a certain frequency, right? So understanding how energy frequency work is quite important for our well-being, because when our energy isn't vibrating and flowing correctly, we are more vulnerable to diseases, the so-called 3D diseases. A healthy body frequency is between 60 to 72 Hertz frequency. Please make a note of that. When the frequency within a body is dropped, the immunity within our body gets compromised. A body that runs at a low frequency can easily attract health challenges as simple as cold and flu. A lot of people are going around with their routine chores with these symptoms, right? The starting point of these symptoms is at 57 to 60 Hertz frequency. A human body that has 58 Hertz frequency can easily attract any type of disease. The ideal frequency of the body to be in good health and vitality is between 60 to 72 Hertz frequency. In this 3D Maya, a lot of people unfortunately have chronic diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's. Know that being receptive to cancer means that the body is vibrating at even a lower frequency of 42 Hertz. It is possible to realign our physical and mental bodies to the universal light energy by clearing all the perceived deep-rooted blockages that are usually responsible for creating a barrier to reach our true essence, to reach our highest possible potential. Know that there are ways that you can use to realign your physical and mental bodies to the universal light energy, allowing your body to come back to its divine right function by interacting with the right frequencies. The right frequencies is the key here. Anything lower than the desired frequency will create a dis-ease in the body, and anything higher than the required frequency will also create an imbalance in the body. So the absolute balance within is a must in order to have a good health and happy life. The energy that runs within our bodies is the same energy that runs the whole universe. This energy cannot be created or destroyed as per the scientific law. Know that you are not removing anything negative. What you are doing is you are converting that negativity into positivity by the use of the right frequency. So when we talk about healing the perceived diseases and issues on a physical and emotional level, we are actually looking for a harmony within, in our mind, in our body, and within our soul. When we feel good about ourselves and our life, the cells within our body acquires a healthy vibration and they generate more identical cells, which are happy cells. But in case the cell is undercharged with negative energy, then it replicates the same negativity charged cells. Thus, understand that it is important to feel good to interrupt the disease cycle and return to its natural state of balance. To facilitate this kind of feeling, the beautiful code of Ah is here, and you are all going to receive it as a recording as well, so you can connect to this frequency every now and then and attain the frequency of health and vitality. Start looking at the center of this code. Inhale the code into your third eye, and then with an exhale, send it again to every single cell and particle of your being, running it through all of your embodied chakras, meridians, sending it to every single organ of your body. If any part of your body is not feeling comfortable, or if you are feeling any kind of tension, just see this code going in that part of the body, and then you can even use your hand to massage it in that part of your body. This is a very powerful code. Assists in the facilitation of good health and vitality. I'm going to do the activation for all of you silently. Just continue meditating with this code. Stay in a relaxed position. Continue hydrating yourself, as these codes have a tendency of making you feel thirsty because of the higher frequency imbued within them. Remember that when the physical body is placed under stress of any kind, whether it's stress from the office work or family relations, studies, most of the students nowadays, they stress themselves with their studies and their exams. We are very good in finding ways to stress ourselves, right? But know that when your body is placed under stress, the auric bodies, the energy centers that are the chakras within your body, they become blocked and they start depleting in energy. And if this blockage is not cleared, these dysfunctions in the energetic systems will eventually manifest into physical illness. The location of the chakras within our body, they are placed as such that the organs around those chakras comes under the governance of that chakra. So if a specific part of your body is undergoing any kind of disharmony, understand that the chakra that is governing those organs is imbalanced or is blocked and requires to be cleared. However, when subjected to the universal life force energy in the form of the codes of Ah and other tools that are used as a quantum healing tools, the impaired energy flow within the organs, chakras, and cellular bodies, they shift towards a more harmonious, stabilized flow of energy, which is natural for every creation as originally created by the Creator, God Almighty. I hope this point is clear for you guys. How is everyone feeling right now? A lot of tingling sensations, no more heaviness in the head. Andrew is sharing something very interesting. Do I have permission to share this with everyone, Andrew? Okay, thank you. Andrew is sharing that when he started off this session today, he had a very heavy head and there was stiffness in his back. It's gone altogether. Voila! This is his first time attending anything so powerful, which is also free to experience, to believe in. Awesome. Well, this is a part of my service webinar, Andrew. There are more personalized sessions where you get to experience even more power than what you are experiencing right now. Rebecca, can I share your feedback? Okay, thank you. Rebecca is saying that she also had a splitting headache as she was stressed out from her office this morning. No more headache, it's all gone with the wind. Well, when you interact with such high scalar wave programs that are imbued with love, peace, and universal life force energies, then there's no room for any kind of disharmony. You know that, right? We are transmuting the disharmony and negativity, and we are converting it into something more harmonious and positive for you. These are quantum healing frequencies which you all are receiving as a gift from Yvonne and myself, because the intent of service is in place. The intent of service by itself is a very powerful intent. Also, you guys are joining from different parts of the world at different time zones with different weather conditions, yet all of you are experiencing the energies and you are receiving these frequencies without any barrier of time and space. This is why the name quantum tools is given to this modality. I work on clients from all over the globe. My students in particular, they are from almost all the continents. The guardians that I'm working with are basically coming from different continents. So there is a guardian in every continent right now, and they are all from different walks of life. The students, the clients, the members of the guardians. Some are engineers, some are school teachers, college and university teachers, attorneys, medical practitioners, researchers, entrepreneurs, politicians, you name it. There is no barrier of age, not at all. When you are eager to learn, then there is no barrier of age. And specifically for this modality, there is no limit of learning and practicing. You can learn as much as you desire and practice as much as you want. Also, there is no barrier of religion, nationality, or a job title. The quest to acquire knowledge and high frequencies is a never-ending journey. Oh, another great testimonial. My toothache is gone forever, I guess. Ben. Great going, guys. Yet I am not claiming to override the need of any medical intervention. However, understand that when you are on a higher frequency grade, then your body and your mind are in sync with the universal life force energy, which is a promise for profound health and vitality. Yeah, my left hand had been quite heavy and the pain was shooting all the way up in my arms. So seems like you all have received the frequencies pretty well because the energy is now quantum. Everyone, please go ahead and drink some water. Infuse the water with this code and drink it. And thank you so much, everyone, for your beautiful feedback. So from all of our discussions so far, I'm quite sure that you are in a complete understanding of the importance of frequency, right? Frequency is everything. So let me talk a little bit about my upcoming brand new certification training. And after that, I will be guiding you all through a beautiful meditation. And then I will be closing today's session. And MNI, I call her MNI actually. Her name is Ivonne Delaflor, but her spiritual name is given as MNI. And that resonates a lot with me. She talked about the solfeggio hertz frequency. And this is exactly what I am going to be providing as a 10-week of certification program. It's a 9-week session. Every week there will be one session for clearings, activations, and training protocols about the code. Then towards the end of the 9 weeks, there will be a session for the certification exam. At the same time, as you will be going through this certification program, after every week's training, you will be receiving a complete download of the entire recording along with the solfeggio hertz frequency codes. Towards the end, when you will qualify, you are going to receive a certification of completion to start your practice using these powerful hertz frequencies to assist your clients and yourself and whoever you desire to serve, your family members, your friends. Yeah, there will be a hands-on exam in which you are required to show that you are an expert of using this frequency. And we are going to be starting this program from the 13th of April 2018 at 9 p.m. Arabian Standard Time. Usually the investment for such certification programs is like up to 5K. However, since this is a mission which Yvonne and I am collaborating on, so we are offering this program at a 60% discounted rate of 2018 US dollars only. And there will be a payment plan available for my committed students. Know that this is a unique offer and opportunity for any practitioner of the quantum healing tools in particular, and for anyone else in general who is looking for a life purpose to serve humanity. You will be receiving all these frequencies. The Solfigo frequencies will be yours to keep for life. There is a frequency for clearing negativity and subconscious blockages. There is a frequency to transform grief into joy and guilt into forgiveness. A frequency to strengthen relationships, family and community. Extremely powerful codes with much more too as a part of the 9-week training curriculum actually, as there will be a lot of other bonus sessions as well. So let me know if any one of you is called for this specific certification program. Towards the end of this program, as I mentioned, there will be a certificate from Ivonne Delaflor Teaching Institute, which you can show as a proof of your credibility as a practitioner of these hertz frequency. And again, this is a rare opportunity, so I wish that you guys are called for this and you avail this opportunity. All right, now let's go ahead and finalize our session for today with a brief meditation using a beautiful code which is one of my favorite, and I have been guided to use this code for the first time for the meditation purposes. So get ready to get even more charged and at the same time bring in the frequencies of love, peace, harmony and contentment by connecting to the divine universal life force energy. How beautiful and radiant this sacred frequency is. Start looking at the center of this code. Inhale the code into your third eye and then close your eyes. Connecting you now to the pillars of light, up through your crown chakra into the higher realms, the luminous light above all creations, the gust of higher consciousness. Open your eyes and see yourself getting absorbed in this beautiful luminant light, which is coming down through your crown chakra, going through your third eye, entering your throat chakra, moving down to your heart chakra, all the way down, infusing in your root chakra, and circling all around you like a pillar of white light at the same time. Send this beautiful luminant light through your spine, going through every single chakra and then infusing it all the way down to the center of the earth in your physical locations. The light within you and all around you, uplifting and lightening you up. keeping the visualization of this stunning liquid light. Send this beautiful visual to all of your family members, to your home, your offices, your neighborhood. See the physical location, the grids of your physical location, lightening up with this beautiful luminant light, expanding it further to the entire planet, bathing the entire planet with these luminous liquid filaments and charging the grids of the entire planet with love and light. Through your intent, focus more in the areas where there is any kind of disharmony and disruption. It is humbly requested in the name of divine love and by the laws of the golden ecodomes and alchemical powers that all attendees of the webinar be infused with divine source light, charging them with new codes, new templates, and new soul programming from their higher self and higher realms for the highest good for themselves and for the collective. Now, Tahija and Tadai. I salute your Christos avatar self from my Christos avatar self, and I truly wish that you all have integrated this session in the best way possible and in line with your higher selves. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. It had been a great honor and great pleasure for me to be of service to all of you once again. Some of you who are new to the quantum healing work, you will have new sensations and feelings in your bodies as the frequencies will be integrating within you. And of course, for all of you in general, the frequencies will be integrating in the coming few days. So just be aware of it. Make healthy choices in your drinks, in your food. Drink plenty of clear water, herbal teas. Rest well and take good care of yourself. And remember that the certification program, if anyone would like to join, it begins on April 13th, 2018. And you can contact me at shazia@empoweredmaster.com, and I will be sending you all the other details. Thank you very much, everyone, once again. I'm quite sure that you are all very well charged up in the now moment. Take these frequencies with you wherever you choose to go with awareness. Much love. Bye-bye.